What's up, guys? Tuki here, back again with some more NHL 16 and my shitty team's GM mode because fuck this team. Yeah, that's right, I haven't forgotten. Fuck this team. In this episode, we will go through the draft and all the off-season shit, setting up Season 8. But before we do that, let's take a quick look. I haven't simmed forward at all. I turned off my goddamn Xbox, actually, once we get eliminated. I want to show you... We'll do Florida first. They deserve to be showcased here. As you see what their guys did. Look at their top players, Barkov, Huberdeau, and I know what you're saying, oh, well, they're 90s, yeah, well, Bukestad's an 87, and look what he did. Ekblad, just fuck it. Yeah, that's what this episode will be called too, Fuck It Part 2. Rainier Burkhoff ends up looking like Marty Brodeur in his prime, with a .936 save percentage and a .183 goals against average. Meanwhile, you look at Zachary Fucale. Now, I don't exactly blame Fucale, but look at his numbers. Just really, man. I don't blame him because our offense wasn't that great, but just awful. Defensively, we got 2 assists. We got 3 assists from 2 players. That's it. Nobody else could do anything. Dougie, you miserable bastard. Just nobody. Even Lozon. I don't expect points out of Lozon, even though he has a really good shot. Just absolutely miserable. Zachary Senshin was our best right winger, for Christ's sakes. Panarin did alright. Nothing from Pasta. If Pasta's on this team for Season 8, you should be surprised, because I am absolutely going to look to be trading him. Fuck him. Silverberg, I hate you too. Just, God, this fucking team. I don't get it. DeBrusco's alright. Scott Lawton, congrats, you got a goal. I am fucking trading Scott Lawton. I will tell you that right now. I'm trading Johnny Goodrow. Johnny Goodrow. Let me try that again. Johnny Hockey. You are not, and you are gone. You son of a bitch. Suglobov. Disappointed in you. Valentenko was our best center. Marcus Kruger will probably resign because I want him on the 4th line. Malkin, we're going to try to resign him and then ship him out. Bergeron, we're going to keep him. Hopefully you retire. I'm sorry. Hopefully you retire. Otherwise, you'll be my 4th liner. And we'll have Kruger on the 3rd line. Austin Zarnik, you disappointed me the most. That's who disappointed me the most, was Austin Zarnik. I've believed in him for this entire fucking series. And that's how my faith is rewarded. With a performance like that. You son of a bitch. But it's a miserable defeat. It was an absolutely, I don't even care about scouting. I don't even care. It was an absolutely miserable defeat to lose that way. When, again, I'm not sure if it was the best. Fuck you scouts. Fuck off. I don't know if it was the best team that we've built so far. I don't know, because we've won a cup, and just fuck you. And just, it was a fluke that we won the cup, because Jesus, we swept Edmonton. The scout's fired too. We're going full Toronto here. The scout's gone. Everybody's gone. The fucking hot dog guy. Everybody. Anyway, I don't know if it's the best team we've built. Again, we have yet to find that truly elite guy. And it's like, I don't know if I should look at the poise rating when acquiring people or what. But this team, we gotta fix something. The Florida Panthers end up being the Stanley Cup champions. I don't know if that makes it any better or not. I don't give a fuck about the salary cap. Stop the simulation, please. Thank you. Anyway, I don't know if it makes me feel any better that the Panthers ended up winning the Stanley Cup, because fuck it. It is kind of cool that they got their revenge on Colorado for 1996 after all these years. But yeah. Florida beats Ottawa, and then, man, Ottawa upset Detroit too. Just pretty crazy. We end up losing to the defending to the eventual champions. I'll breeze through the awards here as well for the hell of it. But we are now quite a few years removed from our cup. Dylan Larkin getting a lot of awards. Tarasenko constantly getting oh my god. Rainer Barkov, 84 overall goalie, wins the Conn Smythe. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Jonathan Taves has completely claimed the Selke Award. Oh, this is just, it's defeating, guys. It is so defeating. We'll go to the AHL. Do we get any awards in the AHL? We do not. But that wraps up Season 7. And let's get into the draft. It will not be live because, again, well, then again, I probably won't look to make any trades, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Fuck it, we'll see what happens. Now, I'll say this as we get into the draft. I actually took a break in between the draft and where we just literally left off. The game decided not to save, so unfortunately, the Florida Panthers are no longer your Stanley Cup champions. That would be the Detroit Red Wings. So suck it, Rayner, Bernier, Burkhoff, whatever the fuck your name is at this point. But let's sim to our first pick of this draft and see who we can find. We have a lot of moves we really need to ponder here coming up in this off season. Really kind of depends on the free agent batch too. There really hasn't been an amazing batch of free agents in the longest time, but let's see here. We'll do this first pick live and then we'll go back. And already there's 3 people left for first round projection. We have a defenseman. I don't really know if we need a defenseman. I mean, we need everybody. Our prospect pool isn't that amazing. We could really use someone like Boulerice here. Let me take a look at him. 6 times scouted, Calgary Hitmen, potentially decent face-offs, 20 years old. How about Tamora? I should have just hit left trigger. How about Riley Tamora? Offensive defenseman, man. They never work out for us. Hugo Daze. You know what? First pick, let's go with Vic Boulerice from the Calgary Hitmen. Next up, there might be somebody better. I'm going to take the risk on Cameron Green, a left wing, exact potential of top 6, which can change on occasion. But let's bring him in. Cameron Green. Our next pick should be right around the corner. It is actually not. Well, look who looks stupid now. We're in the 3rd round now. This is the last pick that we'll make live because otherwise we just start to run into a lot of trouble. But Ronnie Peluso from the North Bay Battalion, defensive D-man. Again, not exactly an amazing crop of prospects at this point, but this is who we will take. Let's jump now to the free agent period. We've hit the re-sign phase, and we have offered everybody a deal except for one person. Patrice Bergeron has retired, so it's going to be very interesting to see how this team shapes up and who our new captain will be. We offered Silfverberg a 1-year deal. He's back. Artemi Panarin, surprisingly back. I was afraid we'd lose him. Malkin, Zarnik, Bader, Senshin, DeBrusk. It looks like everybody accepted the offers. The problem is, I don't exactly know who I want to keep. There's a lot of guys, so many underperformers, and I'm just trying not to get aggravated again because my God, I usually could with how frustrating last episode was. We have a lot of work we have to do with this team. I'm so tempted to cut most of the people on our team. I really wouldn't mind getting rid of everybody from Pasternak and Goodrow. Scott Lawton's definitely going. I don't care for what. I wouldn't even mind getting rid of Zachary Fucale and starting Soderstrom and just letting him be the starter regardless of overall. But let's take a look at the free agents, people we could potentially sign. And it's a decent class. It's a decent class with 3 first-line forwards. We'll have to take a look at this. Criticize me if you want for some of my trades. A lot of them I'll defend myself on. The Scott Laughton Draisaitl trade, or really just the Rask trade in general, getting Draisaitl, it never panned out. We flat out lost that deal, and I could admit that. And Scott Laughton simply had to go. For a 2nd, a 3rd, and a 4th, we've sent Laughton to Nashville. It clears up some cap space. Again, criticize me for that one if you want. We absolutely lost the Tuukka Rask trade. And as expected, we resigned Silfverberg simply to trade him. We sent him to Chicago for a 2nd, 4th, and a 6th round pick. Now, I've traded Laughton. I've traded Silfverberg. I've been tempted to trade Malkin. We're going to hold on to him pending on what happens with this new signing. Luke Phillip, elite potential. Decent elite potential too, not low potential. 26 years old, 85 overall. He has a chance. He has 1 more year of growth. We're going to see what happens with him. As far as other offers, let's take a look. Philip Forsberg has rejected. We went with the 10% deal. He still rejected it, which is a bit surprising. We offered Paquin Boudreau another deal. He declined as well. We also randomly get a first round pick offer. Might as well check it out. Why not? Who is this guy? Let's take a look. Sean Geet, 24. Medium elite potential. You know, that actually doesn't look too bad. I'm going to decline. His stats don't look the best. But anyway, I'll get back to you when we make another deal, potentially. Potentially, the next batch of free agent signings. It starts off with us having a prospect turn us down to go to Edmonton. Potentially a smart move on his part. That was the only answer. Come on, somebody. Anybody? Please, somebody answer my... And Philip Forsberg rejects us again. Well, I guess I got my answer. I mean, still, he was asking for 7.4. I gave him 7 mil, and he still said no. So, fuck him. We do get prospects, though. We offered quite a few contracts out. Logan Coleman, not going to pronounce his name unless he makes the NHL roster. As you can see here, though, a ton of prospects. I think that was it. We'll go another day or two. And that is it. So not many free agent gems. Let's sim now to the start of the season. See if we've had any good potential growth. And from there, we might sim a month into the start of the new season. We might not. Let's just see how this goes, though. So I said I wasn't planning on trading Malkin, but as you can see, I did. You have no idea. Well, maybe you do because you saw last episode. You have no idea how much I wanted to just blow this team up. Trade Goodrow, trade Pasternak, trade Fucale, everybody, and just blow it up. But it might just be because I'm stupid. We're giving it one more try. One more effort. Or else I am blowing up this goddamn team. Evgeny Malkin is 36 years old. Sidney Crosby is 35. We have him for a year. Malkin and a third for Sidney Crosby. We have now had, for the record, Crosby, Ovechkin, and Malkin at some point in this series. Now you didn't think I was going to stop there, did you? Zachary Fucale. I don't blame him for the playoffs. Well, I partially do. We're going to trade him for a prospect who is pretty far off, a goalie who we're immediately going to flip, and a throwaway pick. Why? I will show you why in a second. But Zachary Fucale has been traded to the Nashville Predators. Now why? Why would we do that? Well, it happens to be because of a guy named Marcus Olsson who has grown to elite potential, has already gone up an overall point. That's why. Marcus Olsson is right there. Not to mention the fact that we have Soderstrom on the way, who's now a 79 overall. So Lacerte, I still don't know how to pronounce that. He's going to be the backup here. He's going to be the backup for this season. And then I'm hoping by next season Soderstrom is ready to go. But we're going to use this season to help grow Olsson. So if we have to trade him because Soderstrom's ready next season, he has that much more value. But Zachary Fucale is gone. We're going to go with the 85 overall goalie this season. Again, how many times have we been beat by goalies who are 84 overalls and shit like that? But regardless, big move made. Zachary Fucale gone. So guys, finally, after a lot of work, trust me, the recording time right now on this is an hour. And obviously by the time you see this, it won't be an hour into it. This is very time consuming, but the team is set for the moment. We are going to sim through a month. And then, of course, at the end of the episode, let me know even down in the comments, just should we make more changes? Do you like the changes? Obviously, a lot of different decisions to make and whether or not I wanted to blow up this team. Trust me, I did. But Jake DeBrusk, Sidney Crosby, and David Pasternak is going to be our top line. It's a gigantic season for Pasternak. He's always been great in the regular season. He's been pretty shit in the playoffs, let's just be honest. It's last year of progression as well. Artemi Panarin, it's going to be a big year for him. We have Luke Phillip here as well, our signing. It's his last year of growth. We have Goodrow, Suglobov with Zarnik, and Adrian Hawes, who we signed. He is a lefty. We're going to keep him on the right side for now, just out of need. I don't expect too much from him. We'll see what happens. Valentenko, Kruger, and Ascension to the Pens. More good news. Along with Olsen growing to elite potential, Lozon has grown to franchise potential, and he has 2 seasons left of growth. And as you can see, Nathan Keane, 91 overall, still franchise defenseman. Unreal. Justin Falk there as well. Big years for Sean Day and Provorov. They really need to start progressing a bit more. Dougie Hamilton still kicking around as well. We do have a scratch defenseman here, a free agent signing, Sheldon Darling. He's low elite potential, but he has really, really low trade value, so I don't know what to expect out of him. I was tempted to send him down to Providence. We'll leave him here for now in case we decide to trade Hamilton, despite Darling being a lefty. And then goaltenders, you already know, Marcus Olsen, he's going to be our guy. Let's get his value up there this season. Serge Lacerte there as well for the backup spot. And in the AHL, it's all about our main man, Mikhail Soderstrom, 20 years old, 79 already. He's gone up 13 points since we acquired him at the trade deadline. Let's hope he can keep that up. We also signed Stuart Stasiak, a goalie we drafted not too long ago. Fringe starter potential, don't expect too much out of him though. Defensively, it's looking interesting. I'll show the offense after. Of course, they're ranked right now by their potentials. A defensive prospect is a must next season, but we have some guys that could potentially grow to top 4 defensemen, and hopefully we also have a scratch there. It is the other Finnish defender. We'll see what happens with them. And then offensively, we got Bader, Vic Boleris, who of course we just drafted, and then Karpatsev, who of course we just traded for. And no, I'm not editing that silence. I swear to God, I swear to God, he was not 26 when I looked to trade for. Are you fucking kidding me? I swear to God, he was not 26 years old when I traded for him. Holy fuck. Like, I was going to get rid of Fukale anyway, but the return just became absolutely nothing. He was just drafted. It's the same situation as fucking Kalinka. Because he's European, you can be over 20 to be drafted. You know what? I'm done. I'm done. I don't know if I can take any more NHL. We get swept, and now this. I'm done. Guys, I'm out. I'll see you next time. Fuck this.